Okay, let's talk about tiny houses. Sometimes they're just a few hundred square feet and they are popping up in backyards everywhere.
Maybe even in your neighborhood. A new state law makes it easier to build one than ever here, and some feel these tiny homes are the key to solving our housing crisis. Let's bring in a consumer investigator, Chris Chmura. You can tell us how to build one or how to just get everything going here.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a lot of talk about this. We recently went to an event and opened our eyes. First thing I want to do is some homework, get some expert advice. While there's big hope with these tiny homes, there are also some sizable questions.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
It's after dark in Alameda, but this meeting room
They came with questions.
is packed with curious home buyers.
It's a good opportunity. It's too expensive to rent a house for most people.
About 40 people have gathered to learn about accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, also known as
In-law unit.
Backyard apartment.
Cottages as well.
No matter what label you use, people have questions. And builder Hank Hernandez has answers. He calls his presentation ADU 101.
This is a huge decision to make.
Hank expects to build a lot more granny units now that the state has streamlined the permitting process and loosened restrictions on renting them out.
You know, we're in a housing crisis, and I truly believe this is part of a solution.
Hank lets everyone know it's not cheap. They should expect to pay $100,000 to $300,000 to build an in-law unit.
If your house is your biggest purchase in your lifetime, this is basically your second biggest purchase. You're buying another house. You're just putting it on the same lot with the one you already own.
But you don't necessarily have to pay for it yourself. In July, a tiny home company called Rent the Backyard offered to do all the work for you and even front the money.
Absolutely no money down for the homeowner. We just ask that they enter into a partnership with us and agree to split the rental income for the long term.
So who chooses the tenant? Who handles repairs? And can the homeowner evict the renter if they become a nuisance? Rent the Backyard's website says a property manager juggles those details. If you take a deal like that, real estate attorney Monica Decca suggests a detailed contract.
It potentially could work out as long as you plan accordingly and you really make sure the lease covers everything that needs to be covered.
Same goes for renting out your backyard bungalow yourself. And either way,
I would recommend that you would have an attorney review that.
Finally, Monica warns against using your new in-law unit for short-term rentals like Airbnb or VRBO.
So if somebody's got this idea that they're going to build one of these things and then just rent it on Airbnb, you're saying
they're not going to be able to. Yeah.
Not legally, at least.
Not legally, at least. Yes. And I can tell you cities are looking at Airbnb postings and they are going after homeowners that are violating this.
Back in Alameda,
We've been talking about it for 2 hours.
Hank's crowd ponders the possibilities of an ADU.
Extra office space, home for in-laws, rental abilities.
And the realities, like the cost.
In the long term, it's a good investment. The matter is, can you come up with the $200,000, $300,000, or even $400,000 to do it?
And here's another important factor to consider: your property insurance. The Insurance Information Institute told us traditional homeowners policies do not usually cover granny flats, especially if they are used as a rental. So talk to your insurance agent. See how much coverage you need and how much extra it's going to cost you. If you have a consumer tip for us, go to NBCBayArea.com, click the response option in the main menu, or you can give us a call. The number is 888-996-TIPS. What do you think?